again, readers! It's me, Raimskie, and welcome to another book review for 2022. And in this video, I will hopefully, once again, briefly, I really hope so, be talking about ta-da! This I Promise You by Jordan Green and Caleb Daniel. I hope you guys can see that gorgeous art because this book cover is by Peaches, obviously, who is, by the way, a Canadian as well. And which is why you are all familiar with this kind of art because they did it. Peaches, obviously. Anywho, I know this reader doesn't actually justify this gorgeous of an art because if you fellow readers can actually see or have seen the actual book cover for this one, it's really gorgeous. Anywho, I was talking too much about the book cover because it's so gorgeous. Anyway, I wanted to tell you readers right here, right now, that this book, this wonderful of a book, is actually in the new adult genre already because the main characters are 20 and 21 years old, if I'm not mistaken, if I can remember it correctly. And it has a lot of spicy scenes. Before we get to the nitty-gritty of what I liked and what I didn't like about this book, let me tell you about the trigger/content warnings of this book because it has, I believe, only two. For me, there are only two trigger/content warnings. The first one will be mentions of incestual rape. And it actually happened to one of the main characters. So be warned because he will be mentioning it a lot in this book. And the second one is panic/anxiety attacks. Actually, I believe the attacks that were mentioned in this book were panic attacks and not anxiety attacks. So if those things trigger you, then I highly suggest to be very, very wary when reading this book, which, by the way, comes out on November 1st, 2022. Or is it actually November 1st? I don't know, I forgot. All I can remember is that this book comes out in November. So if y'all want to read this book, if you all want to grab a copy of this book, please request it from your local library or pre-order it from your local indie bookstore. Now, getting back to the things that I didn't like about this book. The one and only thing that I didn't like about this book is the excessive use of the word fuck. Like, whenever one of the main characters are expressing extreme emotions, specifically anger, resentment, he uses the word fuck a lot, which is, by the way, not actually that surprising because Jordan Green himself actually emailed us art readers that the uncorrected copies, advanced readers' copies of this book has an excessive use of fucks, and that they have already cut the number of times they have used that word in this book, which is why I believe they have already cut it in more than half. So they have edited it a lot by now. So I am so excited to get my copy because I want to take a look or browse those moments when one of the main characters uses the word fuck a lot. That is the only thing that I didn't like about this book, actually, if I'm going to be honest. On the other hand, some of the things that I liked about this book while I was reading it is its handling of people with disabilities and those people or those characters who have gone a very, very rough childhood. Specifically, that main character who was a victim of incestual rape. I liked that they have handled these characters with understanding, with the utmost care possible, and with one of the most compassionate things that I have ever read, which made this book one of the most endearing things that I have ever read, ever. Plus, since this homosexual vlogger is an amateur poet himself, I loved that this book has some poems in it. Although it is not the type of poem that I like to do, I actually felt the emotions emanating from those poems themselves. It was oh so heartbreaking, sweet, bitter, and eye-opening all at the same time. And one of the poems that is in here actually made me cry. Like, girl, I grabbed some tissues and dabbed my eyes because, girl, it was so beautiful and I love it to pieces, honestly. And in my own opinion, I actually think that this book can rival boyfriend material itself. If it's not on that same level, this book is actually better, in my own opinion, because it is just that good of a book. Trust me. So with all of those said, I will be giving this book 9 out of 10 stars because of the excessive use of the word fuck. It is not perfect, which is why I am giving it one of the highest ratings possible that I can give to a book. Again, if these things that I have said about this I Promise You by Jordan Green and Caleb Daniel intrigued you in reading this book or made you want to read this book, then y'all better pre-order this book from your local indie bookstore because this comes out on November 2022. I just have to check the date when it is going to be released precisely. I'm so sorry, Jordan. I'm so sorry, Caleb. I just have to remember when. Sorry. So if you fellow readers did like watching this hopefully brief book review of this I Promise You by Jordan Green and Caleb Daniel, please do give me a thumbs up. Or if you did not like watching this book review, this video, please do give me a thumbs down and put your thoughts in the comment section. Also, y'all could follow me on all of my social media accounts. That would be Bookstagram, Book Talk, and Book Twitter. But I am mostly active on Bookstagram for reasons. And please do subscribe to my channel if you want. So again, this is Raimskie asking you, begging you fellow readers to please hunt, discover, and read those queer books. Queer out!